What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast, The House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about root work, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. Welcome to Sunday's Cush Almanac, and today we will be tapping into, like I said, the almanac, the zodiac, horoscopes for the week ahead, transits, important transits that is, and a tribe reading for the week. So let's get into it because things need to be got into. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And if you are an OG, thank you so much for continuing to support and engage with my content. Now, first and foremost, let's just get into it because Sundays is a day that is ruled by none other than the sun. And when you are tapping into Sunday's work, this is a day to do pretty much all-inclusive spell work, root work, conjure. It's a good day for confidence, leadership, a good day to start new things, solve issues, and raise your profile. So if today is the day you are going to start on a new routine, that is the best thing that you could possibly do. Now, in terms of the astrology for today, like I said, we are in Sagittarius season, so this is the week where the spirits are whispering and the water signs are working overtime as the cosmos are throwing down opportunities for deep, soulful recalibration. We are moving through a Grand Water Trine that blends intuition, karmic lessons, and emotional mastery. While Mercury continues its retrograde, storytelling, pulling out old thoughts, old fears, and old patterns up for review. Now, Sagittarius season is officially in motion, but this week's energy is anything but lighthearted. Pardon. This is the kind of sky that makes you clean your spiritual house, tighten your boundaries, and recommit to the path you said that you wanted. The ancestors are watching how you move. The spirits are listening to the promises you make, and your emotional body is the compass, not your ego. Expect breakthroughs that feel like deja vu, clarity that comes from quiet moments, and signs that you hit in the chest. This is a week where intuition leads, discipline shapes it, and spirit carries it across the line. Light your candles, pour your water, talk to your dead, and let's walk into the week with intention because, hey, nothing without intention. Like that line from Solange's song. I forget what that song is called, but she starts the song and she's like, nothing without intention, period. Now, for the horoscopes for the week, if you guys want to check those out in full, you can tap in to the root work and conjure tips on my Patreon. You click the link in my bio, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can either join the Tribe Talk tier or you can just purchase the horoscopes separately, okay? Now, Aries, this week the energy shifts from introspection to action. There's a Grand Water Trine forming between Mercury Retrograde, Saturn, and Jupiter. Offerings of emotional clarity meet karmic structure. Use this to articulate your long-term vision without sacrificing your spiritual center. Taurus, with the week's flow turning watery and wise, your shared resources and intimate bonds demand honest transformation. What once felt like a burden could become sacred exchange. You're being tested on trust. Do you want depth or do you want control? Gemini, your mind is a crucible this week. Mercury's retrograde invites review, while the Grand Water Trine brings depth. Expect insights around your beliefs, your voice, and the structure you build with your ideas. Cancer, this week's astrology supports emotional alchemy. The Water Trine encourages internal healing, and you're being called to anchor your dreams into reality. Karmic debts around family or creative legacy may resurface. Ready your heart to forgive and shape what's next. Leo, radical clarity arrives this week. The Grand Water Trine gives emotional depth and Saturn structure, helps you blueprint your next creative or career cycle. This isn't about flashy transformation. It's about foundational rebirth. Virgo, The week ahead asks you to meditate on your values, your resources, and the legacy you want to leave. With heavy water energy in the sky, long-term emotional and material commitments demand your attention. Libra. This week brings a powerful recalibration of your self-worth and your emotional boundaries. The Grand Water Trine encourages you to feel deeply. Saturn demands you structure your ambitions and relationships with care. Scorpio. You're in a healing crucible right now. The Grand Water Trine is kissing your sign, supporting deep emotional release and karmic closure. Mercury Retrograde asks for final reckonings. Use this week to cut ties that don't serve your soul and to commit to your transformed self. Sagittarius. Your season intensifies as Sagittarius. You're receiving expansive downloads from the Grand Water Trine and the stabilizing presence of Saturn. This is your momentum week for aligning your big picture vision with your daily reality. Capricorn. The week brings emotional healing and spiritual workload into your structural realm. With the Grand Water Trine supporting you, it's time to bring your private grief, secret wishes, and ancestral burdens into your long-term plan. Aquarius. Your social world and spiritual vision merge this week. The Grand Water Trine brings the current of compassion, and Saturn's presence helps you solidify alliances into soulful partnerships. This is not a time for casual community. This is for aligned networks. And finally, Pisces. The water cosmos is calling you home for healing. The Grand Water Trine lifts your soul, urging deep release, forgiveness, and emotional rebirth. Saturn's structure encourages you to steward your spiritual gifts into real world service. And that is your week ahead horoscopes, y'all. Again, you'll be able to check that out on Patreon under the Tribe Talk tier. Okay, and let's see what's going on with the hold on, y'all. I want to see what's going on because we're going into a process where we're about to end Mercury retrograde. So hold on, let me go to the almanac. We're about to end Mercury retrograde on the 29th, but we are going to be having like a shadow phase as well. Okay, so let's see what we got going on transit wise that is going to be super important. Now we have Venus and Sagittarius that's coming up on the 30th, but right now we're moving in between a waxing crescent, which is beginning manifestation, visibility, and expansion workings. Now, with Mercury retrograde still going through, we are being encouraged to double check our contracts, communication, and travel. This is great for revising and refining your work. And it looks as though, again, bold offers, networking rituals are what's going to be present. However, be very mindful because of the Mercury retrograde that's happening right now. Because I'm not even like sending out orders during Mercury retrograde. I'm waiting, honestly, to have that finished up before. Better safe than sorry, honey. Let me see what's going on today. Now, 23rd, we still got our retrograde season hitting us hard in the chest as we review things come up, things are dealing with. Now today it is a Capricorn moon still, and we're about to transition out of the new moon phase. So if you are looking to build any sort of structure, strategy to your long-term goals and plans, today is still a good day to tap into that energy. With the sun sextile Pluto in Aquarius at 0 degrees, your freedom of speech, your freedom of movement is being blessed. Things are being shifted, and you're like attracting new community, new tribe, based on your unique quirks and interests. Mercury is retrograding, but also trining both Jupiter and Saturn. So you have the energy of those things working together for your greater good, expansion, learning, and healing, as well as embracing the work that it takes to have the life of your dreams. Uranus and Taurus is sextile Neptune and Pisces at 0 degrees. The North Node is squaring Mars as well as 0 degrees. And we also have Chiron, Canucks, Mercury in Sagittarius at 0 degrees. So you are being given the free will to heal those traumas and heal those past things. So there's a lot to be said. I had a very interesting insight today, because it's very hard. Okay, let me just say this. When we get into this situation, a lot of times, and when I say situation, spiritual or whatever, when it comes to tapping into your lore and your reason for the seasons, you might try to get around that by not necessarily addressing certain things. And I was compelled because of that, and also that situation that I was talking to y'all about yesterday, about the Alexis woman from North Carolina that disappeared, and now her story is being kind of told by other people, as well as brief snippets, of things that she's addressed, and that just didn't sit right with my spirit. And a lot of times we avoid saying things, and we avoid addressing shit because we don't want to appear bitter. We don't want to appear like we dragging an issue. So we'll kind of just get away from it. And I was trying to find ways that I could approach my situation without necessarily story time all the time. But you know what struck me this rising? And it's not even about being bitter or being mad, because honestly, I'm not mad. Because if I was mad about situations, people would be having a lot harder times. Okay, but the thing is, it's hard to say, okay, this is the energy that I bring forth, and this is what I've learned, etc., without providing some kind of example. And I find that a lot of times in our industry, of course, with spirituality, you kind of have to be okay, let me tell you about my testimony. And you have to get out of the idea that telling your truth about a situation is gossip, or you are downing a person, or making people allow you to be shamed into not telling what you've been through, because it's not necessarily tea. Sometimes it's just you telling this is how I got here, because people think you be playing with their ass, oh yeah, you got into spellwork, rework, and conjure just because it's trendy. And that could be the farthest thing from the truth. So somewhere along the lines, I'm realizing okay, I can't just not talk about the shit that happened, because it is a very integral part of why I'm here, why I've arrived at this place. I can't just, guru my way into it. So I'm just going to encourage you guys to, again, tell your story. You can do it. It's more than one way to skin a cat. And it's not some shit I'm going to bring up every single day. Some people, that is their thing, to talk about abuse, to talk about, the gang stalking they've been through, the family warfare they've been through, and that's their platform. That's what they talk about all the time, and that is a big chunk of why I'm here. So, obviously some days we'll do a little story time, and other days I might just try to integrate it into a spiritual lesson or some sort of root work and conjure, or woo-woo that I think might benefit y'all. But yeah, I don't know. It might be Mercury retrograde. And my Mars is in Sagittarius, and my Mercury's in Aries. So here's the thing. Again, I'm not mad, and I know that's the narrative that's obviously going to be spent, and I have got to get over giving a fuck about that, because people love to say, oh, she's bitter, she's this, she's that, she can't let it go, when in reality they've never really let it go, because I don't talk about it, I don't address them, I'm still being watched, people are still the ghost accounts are still commenting, making themselves known without making themselves known. They still doing shit. They still calling my phone. So it's okay. Some days I am going to reference those things to teach a lesson, or to, let y'all know, I'm here. Like, I get it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there, because when I seen this situation and I really was looking and seeing like Summer like talking to that girl in her inbox, and Summer, her sun sign is in Aries, and I know you go off the whole chart, but that put a thought in my brain, because I had a very similar experience with two Aries women within my situation. And when I say, when they want what they want, they don't have no type of moral capacity. Like, the morals go out the window. And if you want to attribute this to being a low frequency Aries, I hear see people saying, she don't represent all Aries women. Of course she doesn't. But we talking about low frequency and that ego that comes through, and them, man, they can get ruthless. Like, they don't have no type of morality when it comes to wanting what they want when they're like in some like low vibrational phase. So, and I mean not one but two Aries, baby. And every person that, no shade, all tea, because my chart is heavy fire sign. Like, my experience with fire sign women when they are low vibrational, woo. Baby, they don't give a fuck as long as they get what they want. They don't give a damn. Like, and that, across the board, I've had that experience multiple times. So I don't know, y'all let me know what y'all think, because I be telling people a lot of times, people like, I'm a Pisces, and sometimes people don't have very good experiences with Pisces, and so I'll be like, yeah, all Pisces aren't the same, because we do have a different makeup in our chart in terms of our moon signs and our Mercuries and things like that. So there is a difference there. So I'm not attributing it to all fire signs, all Aries, but the experience has been overwhelming, too overwhelming for me not to address that shit and bring it up, because I've been tweeting a lot about, like, not just tweeting, but threading. What do they call that when you thread? I don't know. Anyway, I've been talking a lot about warlocks and different shit like that, and I'm like, damn, I ain't pulling this information out my ass. Like, I have like real world experience with this shit, so I have to speak on it to let y'all know, like, I'm relatable. You know what I'm saying? I pondered on that shit, man. I was like, shouldn't I? Cause baby, they was going ham. 10:01 on the timestamp, baby. They was cutting up. And it is a very big part of how I started to practice and get it all, like, into this for real. Like, you go through your phases of spirituality. You go through your phases of, the meditating and the, how will I integrate, my religion? How will I do this? You eating all the good foods, and then you hit a point where you go through this massive, like, shadow work type of situation, and then you start to, like, do root work, spell work, and conjure, because you need to protect yourself. You need to do cleansing. And I like I said, I know I can't tell y'all something and not follow up with a reference. Like, I don't believe in it. So despite people probably being like, oh, she's bitter, she's being messy, she's gossiping, no, I'm just telling my story and I'm giving you a reference point. As much as, even in the family warfare, like, side of things, I have extensive experience in that shit. Like, this is not a drill, okay? Baby, this is not a drill. This is for real. Yeah, I live this shit for real. Like, and every day is not a great, shiny, sunny day, every day is not gonna be like this. I saw one creator, she was like, I don't trust, spiritualists who are all just love and light, and that's all they're about, because that's not real. And I believe that, I believe that truly. It's not real. It's not real. Because how are you going to protect yourself? How are you dealing with the triggers and things like that? So, I know I'll probably get a little bit more traction because I started talking about it, and I'm going to post a motherfucking receipt because I don't have time. So I posted some videos that I had put out at that time. Those videos, I didn't just record those. Those are videos from years ago. So, love a good receipt over here. Don't play with me. Because people try to play. But, yeah, like, I don't know. It's just necessary. It's kind of hard to be like, yeah, I'm an expert in this. I'm a guru in this type shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never really lived it. You ain't never really walked the walk so you can talk the talk, Anyway, let's get into this reading for the week ahead. That's my tribe talk for today, y'all. Hey, okay. But, yeah, thank you, spirits, for opening the roads for me on behalf of the tribe. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. Thank you so much for the gift. I won't abuse the gift. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. Confirmation, what guidance do you have? What tea do you have for us today? I could not. I saw them damn messages. Someone was sending that girl to the inbox. I said, now listen. Baby, I done been there. That girl was following me for years. Like, bitches is crazy, okay? Women are crazy. And it's another woman that follow me. I don't know her name, but she emailed me. I see you guys are doing good. I'm so happy you're doing good. I blocked her in the email, but I don't know her social media handle, so she's still out there somewhere watching me. I'm telling you, you can't, like, you people just don't understand. Oh, people do not understand. That's why I was stiff on your ass with the quickness, okay? But yeah, she be watching me, but I don't know her. So one of them, I don't know their social media handle, cause she only emailed me. And baby, I was like, oh my God, they're crazy. Okay, they're crazy. But they'll try to position you as crazy. Like, people try to shame you when they're not talking. Man, if y'all only knew the half. I think I've done marvelous. I think I've done well. Because crash out ain't the fucking word some days. I'll be like, these folks is really losing their mind. So, past energy, we got 3 of baskets in the reverse to the 5 of sticks in reverse for present, to the collective energy of the Father of Coins in reverse, near future Father Sims in reverse, and overall 2 of Knives in reverse. So people are realizing that, or you could have realized that this group that came up against you in the past, they are no longer collaborating. There's a lot of gossip about this Father of Coins and this Sagittarius energy here. This could happen during Sagittarius season, with before Sagittarius season ends, is how I'm gonna say that, because Father Sims is in reverse with this Temperance energy. Now, overall, there's been something that people refuse to see, and it is being highlighted here. So it's all in the negative, y'all. Oh my God. So in the past, what's the 3 of baskets in reverse? Yeah, there's a group of people from your past, possibly a group of friends or a group of relatives here, that people are no longer collaborating with. Someone hasn't been able to shift people's perspective, or maybe they didn't change their strategy, and this is showing up in good faith for you, because this is giving you the opportunity to tap into your wheel of fortune. They still doing the same old shit. They still got the same old tricks. So you realizing it and being able to pick up on that is where these people fall short. Okay, your will, you are getting a wheel of fortune due to that. Now tell me about the 5 of sticks. Yeah, people are receiving clarity about some sort of gossip or some sort of maliciousness that was done here. They are getting clarity about that situation, or that could be you. But I'm saying it's people because I'm looking at the cards and I'm seeing like a group of people. People were gossiping and now, or like lying, flat out lying. And now people are getting clarity about that. So now you'll be able to end the stagnation and move forward. There could even be some sort of offer, like I said, for baskets, maybe even an apology coming forward. Yeah, people are going to try to be offering you things this week because people are realizing that this gossip about you was false. This narrative was incorrect. Tell me about the Father of Coins. Could be a businessman, an earth sign masculine. There's also a Father of Baskets in reverse. So you got an earth sign masculine and a water sign masculine that could possibly be in your energy right now. And they are, I got Capricorn energy with the devil in reverse. They don't want something to shift, or they don't want people to know something. But this Cancer, there he go again. I don't know who this Cancer is in y'all lives, but let me tell you something. Something hasn't changed. This Cancer is steadily, like, whatever secrets that are being revealed, this Cancer is exposing secrets, and somebody can't let go of the fact that, Nine of Baskets, they can't let go of the fact that they didn't receive some sort of offer or opportunity. Ace of Coins in reverse, and now they're not getting any help. Six of Coins in reverse, and they're worried. Five of Coins in reverse. So now someone's going to be trying to make peace. Somebody's maybe you need to make peace with the past. Maybe this person is going to be trying to offer some sort of peace offering here, possibly a Virgo. Dr. Grant, yeah, a Virgo seems to have some sort of plan here coming up to relieve a burden within the next 10 days. And this could be involving some sort of money, Nine of Pentacles. And this is going to be in order to stop or slow down, or maybe this Cancer could be trying to stop this person from coming to talk to you, coming to reveal some sort of information about a relationship. Or this could be in an effort to get you to stop talking about some sort of relationship. 10-10 on the timestamp. Somebody wants to put an end to this shit. I got the World card here because it's something you intuitively know, Miss Ida. And if you take this action in the next 3 days, people are going to remember or see that they're going to see that something was delayed here. There's some sort of conversation that people don't want to have. Eight of Sticks in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's family. People are going to see that this family was delaying you because their wishes were for this masculine to move forward in ending this partnership. Ace of Baskets in reverse, and now someone's bitter here because it looks as though a Mother of Coins may have been resentful. Maybe there's a loss of finance here, and there is some sort of information that is being had. Yeah, someone knows something. There's a Mother of Knives and a Ten of Coins here, a Queen of Swords energy. Somebody's telling someone about some sort of legacy, some sort of money here. Tell me about this Father Sims in reverse. So someone was willing to be in reality to get what they wanted. Nine of Baskets, and they're failing at this. They're embarrassed. Six of Sticks in reverse. Somebody's been embarrassed at their job. Somebody could be embarrassed, have been embarrassing someone for a long time. And now that these secrets and lies are being exposed, that someone may have done some sort of baneful magic, or there could be a Gemini involved here that chose to lie or do something in order to make their position stronger. But this big Queen in reverse, this Aries energy, is now being quite protective, or she's trying to protect her image by moving on from a situation and accepting responsibility for how something ended, or some sort of death here. Scorpio could be significant. Tell me about the Two of Knives in reverse. So now someone sees that they were being quite idealistic when it came to believing possibly an Aquarius here. And now they're kind of, casting some sort of judgment or decision. Libra, yeah, somebody could have made a decision not to walk away from a codependent relationship, group, or attachment. Eight of Baskets in reverse. Because they could no longer control the situation with a Mother of Sticks. who, yeah, this person could have been trying to control this partnership, could have been trying to control a relationship. And this masculine seems to have taken action, this Father of Sticks, so that he wouldn't have to battle, or he didn't want to fight. So he's taken this leap of faith to end this collaboration, 3 of Coins in reverse. And now someone's taking, this is heavy fire sign energy. So now someone's taking immediate action because they have lost the plot. They've lost this plan. Someone's not acting in their right state of mind, and they could be being locked up. 8 of Knives in reverse, so they can't get away or can't escape, or maybe they don't want them to be able to say something. Yeah, this person exhibited a amount of loyalty here by not telling their side of the story. And they feel like they invested quite a bit in this partnership for a long time, and they haven't been able to get what they put in out of it. So now someone's plans here, this Son of Coins, is to reveal something. There's someone planned to reveal, Leo could be significant, reveal some sort of information in order to avoid a tower. But then this Emperor energy may have stepped in and skewed the truth, or may have fought to keep this from coming out. A Aries masculine and Emperor energy here, and this lie, would have had them looking like this. Someone could have lied so that this Bishop CH Mason in reverse, this Hierophant in reverse, this person lied. They didn't want to do this officially. This is not something they wanted to do. This is not, this wasn't their original plan. So now someone's being held up because they tried to get ahead quickly. Yeah, someone's holding someone up. Someone's sacrificing something or holding someone up due to some overly emotional energy, and someone could be upset, and this has caused a betrayal here that was just unjustified. Damn. Spirits say, hey, I got something to say. I got something to say. The spirits is not playing. But yeah, this family member, this Mother of Knives, this person is quite materialistic or selfish, and it seems as though there is some sort of bitterness or resentfulness here that just can't be fixed because of the actions that this masculine may have taken. Someone could have decided to take action in order for their family to delay a communication from coming out, and there could have been a waiting period here. But most recently, somebody's made a decision because this High Priestess seems to have ended a relationship by telling something, by saying that something to stop someone's money, someone's comfort. Anyway, that's interesting. And so the week will end. Yeah, somebody's trying to skew reality to get what they want, but they failing at this. They failing at this job. They've been failing at this shit for a long time. Chat, what's going on? Now, whatever knowledge you hold here is also going to assist you in building up your pinnacles too. So that's amazing on the money tip. But there is some sort of gossiper here. Lack of information, lack of movement. Yeah, being given clarity so you can end this stagnation here. Wheel of Fortune. Maybe someone could have been embarrassed because of what you do for money, what you do for your career. They were trying to paint you as a liar, but this was manipulative though, because you are strong. And this idea, of you being protected here. Someone's being protected from whoever this Aries, this Empress in reverse energy is. Yeah, somebody's being forced to take responsibility for how things ended. That Empress in reverse energy by the end of the week too. This week gonna be quite spicy. Then go that Magician in reverse popping out again. we've been talking quite heavily about that Gemini and that Cancer. Manipulating emotions, manipulating people, what people think, manipulating people's minds. Ooh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work at all. Let's see what the guys have to say. So now there could be a conversation to be had, and it could be happening quickly over the next 8 days, trying to, make shit right for 5, 6, 7 of Cups, because they did something wrong, the Hierophant in reverse, to get some sort of status or some sort of accolades here, and they were quite reckless, and yeah, somebody stole, somebody lied, because I got the 7 of Swords here. Yeah, somebody was reckless when they decided to do this deception, because they couldn't control some sort of information from coming out. So they said they lost this battle. Somebody's losing the ability to hide the Sun in reverse. So now they're coming forward, Leo, Cancer, to get some sort of Wheel of Fortune. But you've walked away, and this person's got more trouble ahead because they don't have anyone to work with them anymore. Maybe you don't want to work with them, so they're worried now. They're worried about taking a leap of faith. This Queen of Cups is escaping some sort of poverty or being left out in the cold, even though maybe you didn't initially get an offer here. Yeah, maybe someone's realizing they shouldn't have taken this offer to this this Queen of Wands, because now they're having to collaborate. There could be a lot of third-party involvement here. And now someone sees that they shouldn't have done this. Yeah, someone's realizing, regret ending this cycle. Someone has some sort of attachment, demonic attachment, due to some sort of baneful magic. Capricorn with the devil here and the Magician in reverse. They have a demonic attachment, and this is why they're unable to reach their goals. They're unable to take action and move forward. That's that King of Pentacles energy. That person, he has some sort of attachment here, and this is why I'm almost hearing this person can't be healed. This can't end because someone knows something about this person's emotions, or someone could have this Queen of Swords and this King of Cups know the truth about a relationship and why it didn't get a chance to start. And now that someone's no longer able to be sacrificed, there's some sort of information this Moon in reverse wants to tell about this Queen of Pentacles and this Emperor. Yeah, they don't have no other choice. 8 of Cups in reverse, because someone's upset. Someone thought they could upset someone, but now this person's healing, and there's still an opportunity here. But this King of Wands in reverse is being controlled by whoever this King of Swords is. Who is this? So in order to release themselves from this judgment, Libra, they had to end this partnership, and it caused a lot of heartbreak. It caused a lot of loss here. This family is embarrassed by this hermit, this Virgo. This Virgo's embarrassed, or this Virgo could be out of money. So now they're trying to build themselves back up. They're fighting with someone about building themselves back up, reaching some sort of goal here. And now they're having to take responsibility for this justice in reverse, this injustice that they caused. And they can't pay something. They can't pay someone to keep information hidden anymore. So they're losing this battle. 5 of Swords in reverse. Yes, they didn't want this betrayal to end, but they haven't been able to slow down this process. So now they're taking immediate action to fix the situation and avoid a tower. Maybe they could be taking an offer Yeah, Aquarius is here. This Aquarius energy, someone has been revealed, exposed here. This Empress in reverse. An Aquarius could have exposed this Empress in reverse, and now she's like burdened here, and she's not able to get any sort of help when it comes to possible money. Damn. So she's also taking an offer here, because in reality, this is a toxic family. This is a toxic dynamic. Somebody's not getting what they want here. This person's not actually family. This is a high priestess in reverse. This person's weak, Taurus, feminine energy, and Leo, feminine energy. Yeah, so when they made this decision, their morals were weak. Their values were weak. They didn't have any values. They didn't have any morals. So now the end of this stagnation is going to be, heavily reliant on this person making some sort of move, or like deciding to move on or relocate. Ooh. Damn. I tell you, my word, quiet as it's kept. God dang. Quiet as it's kept. The fuck? This is crazy. This is all happening at the beginning of the week too. They wouldn't even let me get to the middle and the end of the week. This is like beginning of the week type shit. Like, the beans is being spilt, okay? Yeah, someone doesn't trust somebody, whoever it is. It could be a work situation. Y'all, I split the deck. Somebody you work with, or somebody may not trust your work. They're not inspired to fix this situation. They lack the determination to do so. Somebody's following their instincts here, and they're consumed with some sort of confident energy, but it's something that's coming out, and they can't trick somebody out of ending a situation anymore. There's a lot of chaos here because this person's family is playing in some sort of knowledge here. Your wisdom has grown, and these people are weak because the secret they're trying to keep tucked away. They're trying to hide some sort of hate here, and this provide energy. Somebody's being provided. Someone, okay, a family is trying to hide some shit, and because of these certain people's actions, it could be a family or a work situation, but at the end of the day, it's a few people that's not right, so they can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? They tarnishing the family name. They tarnishing the legacy of the business by doing what they do. They found joy in trying to destroy you based on some sort of lie. Yeah, these people, they hate the fact that you're able to move forward. They were trying to destroy your joy. So maybe when you communicated, people will remember that you destroyed something, destroyed a curse by not taking a deal. Someone's playing, somebody family is playing on some sort of knowledge or information here. That's very specific. Who is that for? Oh my God. The oracle's talking too. Oh my God. Let's see what they say. Somebody can no longer trick you out of your joy. They maybe could have tried to destroy you in the past. This is a Taurus energy. They hate. This Taurus hates this Cancer. Or somebody hates that they care, and they're trying to hide, Gemini, Cancer, that they're trapped with whoever this Sagittarius is. They can't leave. They're afraid because someone has bad intentions, and they can't defend the fact that they can't defend themselves if they're not in this group. They can't protect themselves, Ooh, this could be a work situation. Ooh. Somebody's sick. They so sick. They not inspired because people don't trust them, and they're not getting any rest. Yeah, some sort of sickness has grown. Mental illness. Ooh. It's a mental illness. Wisdom. Somebody's family knows something for sure. And they're trying to play like they don't know, like they didn't take a fucking deal. Ooh, to provide some sort of chaos. Ooh, in your life. Oh, possibly your relationships. Oh my God. They thought maybe they found balance by you losing, like they balanced the scales if they were patient enough, but things have not changed. They still don't have any power. And it's showing up in the fact that you're confident, like you've moved on. You've moved on. You confident, and it shows they have not been able to take your power. What? Energy is high and people are looking to consume you. Follow your instincts, okay? If you don't evolve from the past and show kindness, people are going to continue to hide behind some sort of secret here. So the weakness in itself is the fact that these things are no longer a mystery. So continue to have courage and adapt to the changes of not being cunning, because people won't believe that. Like, there's a curse here that seems to have destroyed someone's memory, and now they want to talk. They're going to be trying to talk by the end of the week. Ooh. Well, somebody's cursed with a memory of something also is what I'm hearing. They live and direct in this motherfucker. Whoa. Oh, gosh. Let me see if the guys got anything for the end of the week. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. They were banking on you being quiet. They were banking on, they were banking on you being quiet. That's crazy. That's crazy. You should be happy these people don't want to work with you. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You should be happy. These people don't want to work with you. I'm worried about you taking a leap of faith and accepting an offer here. Because in reality, things are slowed down because someone took action and accepted an offer, and they're not getting what they want because this person's a high priestess in reverse, and this person's intuition may have been weak, so now they're taking action here again, and because they're running out of resources and they need to end this stagnation, accept some sort of offer. Someone's going to be coming towards you in 2 days to have a conversation. And they're going to take responsibility for this injustice. Libra could be significant. Yeah. Somebody doesn't want to give you the chance to... Yeah, someone is not able to give you something or take an offer here from a King of Pentacles because their life, they can't end something with the Queen of Swords because she knows something about something he's done. King of Swords in reverse. And there's he planned on not being trapped by this, but he had to make a decision to end this. partnership with this Queen of Wands, because this person's collaborating with a group of people, and now they see that they don't regret ending this cycle. This person there's a demonic attachment on somebody. You better watch. Somebody got the cooties. They're not going to have the opportunity to heal a situation, which is why you've been released after this information was revealed to you, because you are the Queen of Pentacles and you are able to fix and nurture a situation. But this Emperor seems to have some sort of emotional attachment here, and the truth is this relationship was unable to get started because someone was immature and they needed to heal and their ego, but they haven't been working on anything, and they're sitting on some information because they don't want to argue about a betrayal. They just want to start over, and they didn't do what was right in the past, trying to get a victory. Yeah, they were reckless. They stole. Damn, Spirit is saying much about these people. Ooh, and this is the same theme. I guess they said I was going to try to reshuffle to see what was going to happen at the end of the week, but Spirit said, same vibes. That's why they kept me on that beginning of the week situation. Yeah, your job is to continue building and fighting, because these people not going to be able to control you, this information from coming out. So honestly, they lost this battle from trying to hide this information, because you kept going, and your wheel of fortune is in the upright because you are nurturing, you're loving, you're caring, and you are going to escape any sort of poverty with this situation. They don't have to give you big shit, because in all honesty, you were still able to move forward and keep, move on quickly because you walked away. And now these people are having more trouble ahead because they thought they could avoid this tower by believing, or they could have believed whoever this Empress in reverse was, again, now burdened because they're no longer getting help, and they need money, they need resources. The bank is fucking closed. That's what I heard Spirit say. The bank is closed. Okay, damn, that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Well, this week, they was willing to do whatever to have their way. But you stayed moving on. You stayed going, and that's why they're not winning, because you never gave the fuck up. You never gave up. You're being encouraged to not give up. Whatever it is that you've learned is going to push you ahead, even though in the past, maybe you didn't have a lot, because of this bitterness, because of this resentment, and you weren't able to heal. But what you need to do, Spirit is saying, is use this knowledge, use these lessons to build your empire. What they say, turn pain into purpose type shit. I think that's what Spirit is saying. Like, turn your pain into purpose. And I feel like that's kind of like the energy that I was coming with today. And that's like a confirmation for us all, honestly, like, turn that pain into purpose. Like, use those lessons to build yourself up and to move forward. Not necessarily like, it's tea or it's bitterness, or, what I'm saying? People be trying to shame you into some whole shit, you know what I'm saying? But there is a level, there is a space, an area where you being forthright about your journey is not tea. It's healing. It's real. It's realness. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can't handle that shit. You'll know when you're going far. If y'all got guys like I got guys, it's a lot of shit that they don't let me post when I'm upset. I can't find things. My pens won't write. Like, if you have a real tight relationship with your guys, confirmation, your guys won't let you do certain things. Like, they'll make it physically impossible. Trust me, I know. So when it's time for you to tell it, when it's time for you to speak up, you have that nudge, and it'll happen. It'll happen. You gotta you gotta let go of those fucks that you give about people who don't care about you anyway. And that's a big hurdle that I've been having to get over, like being so concerned about the opinions of people that I will never ever interact with again. Like, bitch, we will never be in the same rooms again. So who cares what these people think? You know what I'm saying? And I want to pass that bravery on to y'all, because do you plan on going back to deal with these people? Do you plan on continuing those journeys and those friendships and those, family relationships and shit like that, those jobs? Do you plan on going back? You know what I'm saying? Are you going back in the trash to dig in the trash, like Sirius 7 said? Are you finna go back and dig in the trash? If that's the case, then no, you ain't, got shit to worry about. But yeah, you're gonna make a lot of progress. 2 days, I got 2 of Wands to the 9 of Pentacles. You'll make progress. You'll move forward. Just stay disciplined and stay focused, okay? Your Wheel of Fortune is here. They can't change people's minds about you. They can't make people not want to fuck with you because, like I said, this person's bitter, Again, these people you ain't never gonna deal with again. Spirit keeps saying that. Spirits are like, you're not about to deal with these people any fucking more. Like, who cares what they think? Who cares the narratives that they're weaving, the lies? Who cares? You're not gonna deal with them anymore. Your spirit speaks for itself, period. I know that's right. So anyway, I'm going to keep my team brief. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, y'all. If you are wanting a reading for this week or any sort of root word, conjure, woo-woo, click the link in my bio. I do have available appointments, and I'm about to post this as well as the zodiac horoscopes. Make sure y'all apply to your rising and your sun, okay? But yeah, that's what it is, y'all, and that's what it's gonna be. I appreciate you guys so much, and we're gonna chat soon. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Love you, mean it. Bye.